We're gonna do a song that you never heard before. Volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again. Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What's up?
Hey man, did I tell you? I don't know if we talked about it on last week. Did we talk that Uganda found something like 100 million pounds of gold ore sometime like last week that's supposedly worth like $50 trillion. So it basically catapulted them from like, I don't want to say third world status to like, all right, we balling out of control like them boys in Dubai overnight. But it sounded almost like somebody discovered vibranium over there though, bro. It was crazy though, man.
Nah, we ain't talk about it.
Oh, yeah. So it's funny because I saw somebody talking about it on TikTok, had to do the research, but then they were talking about, Africa there's a few countries in Africa that have been kind of moving away from, hey, we ain't gonna let y'all just come on out here and just start taking from us and not giving back. So, the big thing that they've been saying is that, hey, you know what? Don't be surprised if you start to see somebody try to invade them or people walking around with their palms out because they want some of that bread. But it literally turned them from overnight. They found this gold ore that just overnight turns them into big boy status. So crazy.
No, that is crazy.
Yeah, real crazy.
Did you hear about Shaka Zulu?
I did see that about Shaka Zulu, which is crazy to me too when I heard about it, man, because I'm just sitting here thinking like, was it random? Like he got to be our age, right? So I just look at that and I think, okay, did somebody just see him? Because I saw the cars that he was in and they was fly. I had some old schools in the picture and everything. And I'm just wondering, was somebody just saying, hey, yo, this is an opportunity to make a come up? Or, this man, he's about our age. So you like to think he riding around and got ops out there at our age, though, bro.
Yeah, and plus, from all accounts, he's a good dude. So it ain't like you've ever heard anything bad about him. You might have heard some people complain about their deals or something, but I'm saying ultimately you don't really hear nothing bad about him. So you would think that it would be on the up and up. But I mean, I don't know the location like that. I mean, obviously you live out.
It was in Buckhead. That's the crazy part about it. This is like, and the weird part about it though, bro, on the cool, is that here lately, man, like the Lenox Mall area now, the scammers is coming back, not back, out. The boosters, like it's becoming like one of the most fraud places you would go. Whereas before, when you would come out to Atlanta, everybody want to go peep Lenox Mall. Now them boys is all in your busting your windows while you in there. They pulling guns out there. Like a lot of crimes are happening down in Buckhead now, though, man. It's crazy.
Man, we got a lot of stuff to get into, so let's get this music popping.
Let's do it, man.
If you smell what the rock.
The greatest podcast of all time.
Yep.
Yo, and some for starters, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages. We are live on both platforms at the same time. This way you can hit the notification, hit the subscribe button. That way you get the heads up whenever we go on live. Ace Kennedy. We also didn't talk, man. Last week, the little homie, little TJ, bro, got shot. I don't know if it was random or again another one of those things, though, bro, where young rapper on the come up. If you were under 25 and listened to rap, he was like one of the dudes that Landon listened to for early on, though, man. They said the homie got shot, and they said that while he is expected to survive it, he could likely be paralyzed, though, man, for the rest of his life. That's sad, bro.
Yeah, very sad, man. It's like, bro, as prices of everything go up, some of these people's jobs, their money isn't going up, and it's just like they trying to get a quick lick to, what I'm saying, to stay in it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot affected by everything, and I'm not saying that's the case. There are some people who just grimy, and some people that's just in that life. So, it's unfortunate either way. Regardless of the scenario, it's still unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. But listen, man, there are a lot of people who I'm slipping here. I'm just sitting here chatting away. Didn't flip my stuff to public here yet, though, man. So listen, but there are a lot of people who getting that bag though out here, though, bro.
Like who?
So a couple things that stood out though, bro. The first thing that stood out to me was that the big news everywhere, Kyrie Irving opted in to his $39 million player $36 million player option that he was scheduled to get anyway. I think the big question had been all along, was he going to opt into that, or were they going to do an extension on that deal where he would be eligible to get the Supermax, right? And then there had been some reportings that the Lakers were a potential place where he would do a sign and extend, where he would extend and sign, get the max deal, but then actually sign and trade on over to the Lakers. And I think that one of the biggest problems that I think a lot of people have been having with the Lakers is that, who are you going to trade? Like, what are your assets now? Considering that they play more Lakers games on TVs than anybody else. And so we're watching the same thing that GMs are watching, that some of your parts that you thought were assets don't look like great assets, aka THT. So surprisingly,
there was a report that they did offer Russell Westbrook for Kyrie, and they declined.
Well, here we go. So let's talk about that. In what world, in what multiverse or parallel universe is there where Russ and KD links back up, bro?
It's not gonna happen. And I'm fine with that. To be honest, I can't think of old dude that's on there. He's on the show with Chris Bouchard and is it Nick?
Nick Wright, yeah.
Yeah. So he actually had a dope little scenario to where KD would actually be back with the Thunder. What he said was, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm just paraphrasing from what I remember. He basically said, like, look, I'm gonna describe a player and you tell me who it is. He said a player gets signed by a team, he stays with him through his contract, decides to go to another team, wins a championship, gets a couple of finals MVPs, moves to another city trying to rebuild that, or whatever the case may be. Who is it? And he said it's KD and LeBron. He said, now the difference is LeBron, somewhere within there, went back home to Cleveland. So he said the only for KD, if he goes to any other location, like if he goes to a Boston, if he goes to a Miami, if he goes to a Bucks or even the Suns, people gonna have something to say. But if he goes back to OKC, then nobody's gonna have anything to say, because it's like, oh, let me go and fix the wrong that happened in OKC. And now you're pairing KD with a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They got these other big pieces that they can put around him because of all these picks they got. It's like it's a win-win. And instead of you going to the Suns with the aging Chris Paul, you over there with an upstarting place that can actually build around you, because they have all the picks to get you a couple of vets or whatever, but you got this young talent that can actually do something, and have the leadership of Kevin Durant. It was a nice little scenario. Ain't gonna happen, but it was
Yo,
nice.
so last week, we were talking about, I thought the Shea might be the odd man out. Like he is too many years ahead of this rebuild. But I'm sitting here thinking though, man, if you were able to get away with KD there, now Shea is on time. Like Shea is all-star level play right now, right? And so then you think, all right, well, you got the duo. Now it's like, all right, well, who else can you get? Because let's just say you're not going to be able to keep all of the young guys, right? But I think that you can make an enticing enough offer to where it's like, all right, well, you can basically transform that win in the future team to a win now team, provided you get KD. Because let's be honest though, bro. Okay, let me ask you this. How much of a difference is Shea to Dame? Is it a sizable gap to you, or is it a modest gap?
I think they're two different point guards because for one, Dame shoots the three better than Shea. Shea can shoot the three, but experience is one. But at the same time, it's like longevity though. Dame might, especially now that Dame done been hurt, we could be, he could be turning that corner like we would think that Russ is and Chris Paul, like, you know what I'm saying? So they're just looking at the youth that you're putting around KD could potentially extend his legs.
For all that Dame has done, right? For all that Dame has done, has he really done that much? Like given the platform, because they broke up Dame and CJ because we didn't think CJ was enough. And I'm a huge Dame, but I'm saying let's be devil's advocate here, right? And you say, okay, well, let's give Dame the pass for last season because he was injured, basically, though, right? And let's just say you go ahead and you give him I respect that Dame had that he was like, I'm not leaving. Y'all got to come here, right? And they've been trying to build around him. I guess what I'm just kind of saying that in the grand scheme of things, though, bro, what all Dame has done has got him some all-star nominations, has gotten him some early exits in the playoffs, right? I mean, more than what Shea has actually gotten. And so when I'm sitting here thinking about that, I do get that Dame is more experience because I've always maintained that when you're young, in order for you to grow and really get that NBA, that real hardcore playoff experience, you got to take your losses. You got to take some lumps. But I'm sitting here looking at that, and all Dame, for all that, as great as Dame is, all that he's ever done was lose a lot in the playoffs. I'm not saying it's his fault, but his record, if you looked at his has been terrible. And he's had some great records in the regular season, team-wise. Even when his records were good, we never thought, oh, they're going to win the championship. So I'm just sitting here thinking, like, realistically, Portland is a small market team. Oklahoma City, small market team. So when it comes down to it, it's like, all right, when you're talking about building, yeah, Dame is ready right now. But I think that a case can be made that Shea is ready to go like right now, and that people outside of fans of OKC probably just don't see it like that because it's OKC. But I'm just sitting here thinking like there's a case to be made that is a logical trade to have KD go back to the crib. And let's say you now got Shea, you still got KD as a clear number one guy. And I think that you can start throwing the pieces around him. Maybe by then your draft picks, Giddey, all of them boys, my boy Lou Dort, turn up. It's like it makes sense to me if he went back to OKC though, bro. He opened up KD's again.
The thing is that I will say there was one year I thought that the Portland had a chance.
I never thought they did.
The year that they beat the Thunder, I thought they had a chance.
I thought that they would beat the Thunder, but I never thought that they were as good as the Warriors. I never thought that they were as good. And the reason for that is, to be honest with you, I told you, I never thought
the Warriors weren't in the picture at that time. That was
when
during
are you talking about
the time that they beat OKC.
Now the Warriors have always been in the picture, bro. Because I thought they beat OKC. Listen, I thought they beat OKC and then got whipped by the Warriors.
I have to check that. But the Warriors, there was 2 years the Warriors was down, bro.
No, so think about it. The 2 years that the Warriors have been down, Dame was hurt last year, right? But even the year before that, the boys got lost. They've lost. They've lost a lot though, man. Like they're saying that's what I'm getting to though, right? Even at I never thought that they were going to win, but even when they beat OKC, when they were the number 1 seed, they still got whipped by the Warriors. The Warriors been laying the smackdown on them, bro.
Bro, I'm saying so the year after KD got hurt and Clay was hurt. Clay was hurt for 2 years, right?
Clay was hurt for 2 years.
And then Steph was hurt for a long period of time.
You think they went to the bubble, they got beat. They didn't win in the bubble, and they weren't nowhere close in the bubble. That's 1 year, right? 1 ring. And then the year before that, you know what I'm saying? The year before that, the Warriors whipped them boys, though, man. That's how the Warriors got to the Warriors whipped them.
You gonna make me find out the 2 years that the Warriors was hurt. But either way, the year that they beat OKC, I thought Dame them had a shot. And also, until obviously they played the Clippers in the bubble, and that's when Paul George and what's his face was talking all that smack.
I never thought that they were good enough to beat even when they were the number 1 seed, right? Mm-hmm. There was a time like 5 years ago that they were the number 1 seed, and I was just like, nah, it's fool's gold. And I just think that. To me, I'm saying, and I only think about that KD going there because I saw the picture that Dame had reposted in his stories talking about that somebody made with
him and KD.
Well, listen, bro, like I'm just saying, to me, KD has just as good of a chance to win with Shea and all the people that's out there with OKC right now as he would with the Portland Trailblazers, bro.
I get that. But on the same note, Westbrook got on his Beyonce today and was and he opted in his 47 mil.
Got to. Can't turn that down, bro. Too much money.
Yeah.
Was it 47 or 49?
No, it's 47. I think it's 47-1.
What the 40? You think about all the players in the NBA that's playing now that hasn't made 47 million in their career, and he dropping it in one season. That you got to
100%. And then, of course, something we predicted on the Slash Brothers podcast. John Wall going to the Clippers.
Love it. Love it. I'm happy to see John Wall back.
Me too.
We both are big John Wall fans, right? And here's one of the problems that I think that I'm starting to have with the NBA, right? So one of the things that's crazy is because when they did their collective bargaining agreement some time ago, one of the big things that they basically were saying is that, you know, they allowed for these guys to have these big backloaded contracts, right? Because John Wall's agent is the MVP because his big money. Chris Paul as well, but John Wall's big money contract didn't start until his first big contract ran out, right? So this is, you got your rookie deal, then you re-up for what was the max then. So John Wall has gotten 2 max deals. And I think the part that's crazy to me is that sometimes you look at that and you think even what James Harden is trying to finagle to do, till you get these backloaded contracts to where here it is, you 38 years old and 39 years old, a team is on the hook to pay you $50 million. And I totally understand it from a team's perspective, why that just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I have a problem with if you sign that contract and then you say, all right, well, you know, we good. Like when they gave John Wall that contract, and even when Houston picked up John Wall, they knew that he was getting that bread. They knew that he had the bag in his contract. And so for them to have him sit out all of last year because they paid him anyway, but they said, all right, well, you know, you don't fit what we're trying to do, even though he was clearly a great player. He still will give you 20 points. Yeah, I have a problem that you can sign a contract and then, you get your money that's owed to you, but the team can say, well, we ain't got to pick you up. We ain't got to play you, basically, though. That's kind of whack.
Yeah, it is, man. But I'm happy for him. He's where he's supposed to be in the time and it's supposed to be. because hopefully Paul George and Kawhi Leonard should be back. They still got Reggie Jackson and all the other pieces that they're adding or subtracting, whatever the case may be. The way the analysts are saying that the Clippers got the best roster in the NBA.
I think they do. To be honest with you, and now even with that said, I wouldn't pick them over the Warriors. Now, I mean, like I need
to see them play. I got to see them play.
It doesn't matter to me if I see them play. To me, I'm not going to pick anybody over the Warriors until after I see somebody beat the Warriors.
I hear that. But before we get off NBA, I just got to ask this question. What does it say about Kyrie that only the Lakers was interested in him?
It tells me that you think far highly of yourself than what everybody else apparently does, because
they sick of the antics, bro.
I think that this is my thing.
And you, everybody,
how is it that how can you be so good and nobody wants you? Like how can you unanimously be your favorite basketball player's favorite basketball player and nobody wants to team up with you as a player? No other besides KD. And no other team is just dropping that. Like you think about that though, there are some teams who got
unpredictable, man. And the crazy thing is nobody's like, look, what happens if you don't decide to stay? Then we gave up all this stuff to get you. Like, nah, I don't want the headache. Plus, who's to say you going in the middle of the season just take your sabbatical and don't want to play? Like teams is just like, nah, bro. Like it's like AB for the NBA, bro.
This is how I knew that Kyrie thought way more of himself. And I mean, listen, I can't say that he's wrong for thinking this highly, but he actually made a list of about 5 to 6 teams. 6 teams. And my thing is this: you got Philadelphia on your team. Like okay, so even if you were doing that as a ploy to leverage and everything like that, you're picking teams, a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference, right? So it's like you're saying he has Philly in there. So in what world does it exist where James Harden finagles his way out of there and then Kyrie comes right behind him? Like, I don't know how you make that work, because I think that the only way that if you're the Nets, you got to get James Harden back, and now you got James Harden and Ben Simmons.
You would request if you're Brooklyn, you would request Tobias Harris and the new dude, the little Mooney. What's his name?
Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
No. See that, and that's this. You can keep. Listen, there is a reason why Tobias Harris. He's probably going to be done after that. He is 18 points. That's it. I just don't think that, even though Kyrie is a headache, I don't think that Tobias Harris in any deal is.
I don't. But I honestly believe Tobias Harris is an Andrew Wiggins. Like, he's gonna go to a different team and show his worth. Because I just think Andrew Wiggins had a bad rap from the start. Right?
Bro, Tobias Harris has been on 4 teams already, bro.
I get it, but I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying. I think at this point, his stay with Philly is over. He needs to just move on. Go to a different team, go to Dallas or somewhere. Go to Washington with Bill. Like, I don't know.
He makes so much money, bro, that it almost makes him untradeable until his last year of his contract, because he makes close to $30 million a year for them 18 points a game, bro. And it ain't like Chris Middleton 20 points a game. It's like the most meaningless 18 points a game that you'll ever come across. Yeah. But I did want to get your opinion. Shout out to the homeboy Courtney in the comments on there, checking in from YouTube. But he said, did you see what he said about why he's coming back? He said, normal people keep the world going, but those who dare to be different lead us until tomorrow. I've made the decision to opt in. I just want to know, what did you think about that statement?
It doesn't move the needle for me. Like, listen, I don't care what Kyrie be saying. Like, Kyrie.
No. I'm not gonna let you get out.
I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question the way that I want to answer your question. I don't care what Kyrie is saying.
Give it to me.
Okay, I don't care what Kyrie is saying. Sometimes Kyrie says stuff because he knows people are going. Like, it's one of those things. Like, if you know, it's almost like I just watched part of the podcast with JJ Redick and Draymond Green, you know that you move the needle with the things that you do, right? So my thing is, Kyrie could afford, he doesn't have to say anything. He could have just opted in. The report came out and they've been speculating and talk about it, but he didn't. He chose to make a statement. He chose to make a statement because that moves the needle of the stuff that he does. Like he doesn't have to say anything, but he chooses to. And he knows when he does, the media is going to run with it, which is why they always fight. Like him and Stephen A going at it. Did he have to respond to Stephen A? No. Because his response to Stephen A was like, look, I don't really hang out with 50-year-olds, bro. So the way you communicate, I don't really understand it. But, you know, my dad and my uncles, they understand you. So, you know, maybe y'all can communicate.
Yo, that is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Not going to even cap. That's hilarious.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So like him saying all of this, like almost sounded like Elon. I mean, what's the old boy name that was just talking about time? Not Elon. What was this dude? Who was the one that was just talking about time? Oh my gosh, I see the dude face and can't think of his name. But anyway, it's just like they just be saying stuff and they know the media is gonna pick up on it, and then we talking about it on the podcast.
Well, here's the thing that I think that's just the craziest, right? I understand that. I understand what this is what I mean. I understand that Kyrie is basically he's gonna say something to move the needle, whatever.
Yeah,
bro. What I think is funny, I'm talking about the words that he was saying, right? He's saying normal people keep the world going, but those who dare to be different leaders into tomorrow. So this is my thing. A normal person wouldn't turn down $36 million, right? So as much as you went out there and you tried to feel like you were this maverick to change this because you're so different, no. You did exactly what the normal person would do in that case and not turn down $36 million because you don't have to guarantee for a $250 million contract. Nothing about that was abnormal. That was so mid. It was so Reggie. It was so regular. It's 87 gas. It's what everybody would do. So I think that that's the part that I was blown away. But I'm like, I understand that you just are talking, right? But yeah. I guess my big thing is that I'm thinking like, bro, you do realize that what you basically had one option to turn down $36 million to take $6 million. And the average person wouldn't do that. Now, if you want to be a maverick and you want to be groundbreaking, turn down the $30 million. Show me that you can take the 6, flip that 30, get it back somehow, and then turn it into a long-term contract. That to me would be groundbreaking. But when you say, "Oh, you know what, man? Nah, y'all peons, y'all ain't different enough to lead us into tomorrow." I understand the statement is a beautiful play on words, right? But what you actually did was something that a normal person would do. Ace, if you came to me. If you told me that, listen, man, my job just offered me a $36,000 raise, right? But I'm going to turn it down because another place is going to give me $6,000. But in 2 more years, I can go ahead and get that 36 back. I would look at you like you crazy, though, bro. Like, I'm like, what? Unless you're telling me that turn it down to 30 is going to flip you 100. Then we can talk about it. Like, stop playing with me, bro. Like that's it. I like Kyrie, but that kind of stuff make me not like him, bro. Like when you say something like that, bro, stop playing with me, though, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. And at the end of the day, look, I think it was all a ploy. I think
shout out to Russ for getting that bag, though, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Russ, bro. We got to get into this because we didn't really spend a whole lot of time on it. There's still been a lot of backlash from this from the verses, bro.
Oh man,
it has been a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff though, man. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. The first thing that got me the most, right, is that I'm gonna tell you this, and this is just a matter of somebody who I believe won after all of this. Is that Ray J knows how to flip moments into business, right? So I think that Ray J, who's already sponsoring it or whatever, though, man, I think that Ray J actually has some kind of. I think that he was talking about start a new R&B group, basically, though, man. But I think that he was also finding some kind of way to flip this. He has like a cup of noodle snack that he basically did, though, man. That he was able to, like, I thought that Ray J won because
He took an L.
we still
He won
talking.
because he took an L.
He took a L. Knew how to. It's not like what kind of L you take. It's what do you do with that L afterwards?
Look,
How's your bounce back? And I thought that his was dope.
You know the difference, right? Because here's the thing. Obviously, Omarion took the L, which we're gonna get into him. Omarion took an L, and Ray J took an L. The difference is Ray J accepted his L. Like, so for instance, Joe Budden was talking about it. They ended up calling Ray J. And Joe was like, bro, you my guy. But it's hard for me not to let to not hold back on stuff. And he was like, listen, bro, I get it. I understand. I put myself in this situation. He said, listen, I didn't do what I was supposed to do in rehearsals. I was supposed to have a mic stand and sit there and do this and do that. And they said, you was nice too. He said, oh yeah, I was drinking this, and this. So he was gone. And so, and then of course, Ray J had a podcast with him. It was him, Bobby V, and Sammy. And they was talking about the whole One Wish stuff. And so the boy Sammy said, he said, I don't know why you trying to get on me. You need to be getting on your boy Bobby. Bobby started it. He said he's supposed to be on your team, and he was singing. He said, and we went over there and was harmonizing with him. He said, so it was 3 against 1. And Brandy jumped on him though. Brandy lit into Ray J, bro. So Brandy had posted a comment that basically said, look, I sit up here and made you some tea. Dad said you didn't take it. I told you not to talk all day. You was out, you was talking, doing your thing. So you didn't take care of your voice like I told you when you were going to be on a platform like that. He said, and she was like, and I took a picture of this comment because I see you keep deleting my comment. I'm going to keep reposting until you leave it there. So she was on him, bro. And that was the biggest thing he was worried about. He's like, look, I gotta, he said, man, I don't care if I'm in the street. He said, at the mall, I have to perform live again. He said, it don't have to be for verses, but I gotta perform live again to show y'all that I got it.
He got to. You can't be formally known and famous as a singer and can't sing, bro.
He said, I let R&B down that night, bro.
Oh my God. Listen, I love that he was able to accept it, but like I said, capitalizing on moments. I think that Ray J's always A1. Listen, a whole side of that. I'm gonna get to that when we talk about when we get to this topic. But I think aside from that, right? I think Omarion, bro. I don't know. Like this is the thing that's crazy. Omarion keeps adding this caveat that I couldn't hear myself, even though I couldn't hear myself. Yeah, I couldn't hear myself, even though I couldn't hear and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, bro, we ain't never known you as a dude with all these pipes. You ain't never been the best vocalist, though, bro. So
yeah, but these are his songs, so we expect him to be able to sing his songs.
Yes, you know the same. Listen, hey, listen. If you told me, listen, Charlie, you off key, bro. Even though it's a song that I wrote and I made the beat for, if you told me, Charlie, you know what, that key that you singing in, that beat is not that same key, bro. So you need to go ahead and figure out something. That'd be fine. I'm not a singer, right? But at the same time, I just wrote this song. But if you're him, you've been singing these same. Let's be honest, they're good songs, but you've been singing these same songs for the better part of. You say you've been in the game for 22 years. You've been singing these same songs for at least the same 10, right? Let me give you that 10 years. So that was the part that I didn't appreciate. One, but the other part too is that I saw him go with the jab when the other B2K members was commenting. I saw somebody do the Temptation scene where they was firing David Ruffin, and he clapped back strong and says, "Yeah, I see that my background singers." My background dancers. No, my background dancers. Listen, bro.
And he said, "Look, I hear that UPS is hiring."
Listen, bro.
Here's the other thing, though, right? like you said, you've been in the game 22 years, and Omarion's my dude. I went into this definitely expecting him to wash Mario.
I thought he was gonna wash him. We didn't listen. I don't think we emphasized that part. I thought that Omarion was gonna wash him.
And
though,
it goes back to song selection because he did not pick his strongest songs. But this is the biggest clapback I heard Mario say outside of the Jeremiah thing. When that boy Mario said you can't spell Omarion without Mario, bro, I was in tears, bro. In tears. I was like, bro, listen.
He said you can't say, oh my God.
You can't spell Omarion without Mario.
This is the thing that got me. The thing that got me right is when he said, yeah, with my three background dancers. And my thing was this. What Mario said, yeah, you a dancing little ninja. And one thing you gonna dance.
And he put a little in front of it too. Look.
You a little dancing ninja.
Listen, no, it was the Jeremiah thing for me because he was like, Jay, I'm your boy. Don't do this.
That boy said, we somewhere in the crowd.
And you sound just like him too. Sing the birthday sex, Charlie. Sing it, bro.
Birthday sex. Birthday sex is the best thing of the year now.
And that boy Mario was in the back. He said, nah, that's not it.
That's not it, bro. That's not it. Listen, man. I thought that what was crazier about it, right, is that then people start, then I saw J Bug had this long post. Good read if you haven't. It definitely provides some context. He was like, bruh, he said, let's just be honest. You broke up the group because nobody besides you thought that you was that dude, basically. And I'm paraphrasing. It was like the labels gave Fizz a solo deal first, didn't me, because the fans rocked with us more, basically. And you had a problem with that, though, bro.
Yeah, they said he broke up the group over a girl.
Broke up the group over a girl, which is crazy, right? Because if you broke up a group over a girl 15 years ago, who was this girl, bro? That's what I'm wondering. Know,
but Fizz got him back because Fizz got him back. So maybe that was the original.
Listen, bro. I don't understand that though, but I don't understand how you could. Oh my God!
But then Omarion clapped back at Mario too.
He did say, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be opening up for me at the MGM in Baltimore." I thought it was, or something like that. National Harbor, and that's in Baltimore, which is funny because he's basically saying, "Hey, we gonna be in your hometown where you gonna be opening up for me," and that might all very well be the case. But it still doesn't change the fact that when we go to see that performance, Mario is going to out-sing you at that.
And I was just about to say, if I was Mario, I'd be like, Nick, look, I don't care when I'm going on. We both know what the outcome going to be of that night. Listen, I'll set them up for you to fail.
Listen, bro, I don't know, man. Like I'm talking about dog. I literally felt bad for Omarion. Like I don't know why, because I thought that he would win, and it did seem like Mario Lil bro'd him, bro. Like
he did. But here's the other thing, right? Like this is the point I was trying to make. You've been in the game for 22 years. You're performing on the biggest stage because you're not just performing. Like you can go to your arenas or whatever like that, but it's pretty much the people in the arena. But you're performing in front of people, and it's televised. I mean, it's broadcast.
Right.
Why you didn't have your in-ears? Mario had his in-ears.
Because when you're a singer, that's stuff that you think about, bro.
Right. But at the same time, bro, because he's not a singer, it would be even more imperative for him to be able to hear himself. Because if I'm going to somewhere, I am not at the level of neither one of them, but I got my in-ears.
This is okay. Is Omarion signing an endorsement deal with Watermelon Ciroc?
Listen, if he doesn't have an Omelon shirt coming out, bro, he's slipping. Because Ray J would already have one on the market.
Ray J would have had some printed up before the show ended. He would have said, "You can go out. You can go to my website and on Raycon website." Ray J would have
Oh,
had some watermelon colored earphones.
he would have been selling watermelon out in the. It would have been. Listen, dog. I don't know. And then why'd you bring your brother on the stage with you? Like Charlie, listen. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm performing at the state fair alongside my brothers. If maybe we're working on it, but at the same token, if Charles comes out here for the state fair and he says, "Yo, bro, I got this idea,"
Don't change the game.
so I think in one of the right before we go into this song, we need to bring these stools out. And we need to have these chicks come and blindfold us, bro. And then they gonna come and set something in front of us, unblindfold us, and we gonna have our hands tied behind our back. We gonna squat down and eat some watermelon in front of the horror.
Tear up.
There's not a nowhere that I would have agreed to that, bro. And listen, we done some things in our day. We've done some things in our day. Yes. But we was like, we was 16, 17 years old. I mean, because we thought we changed the world with some baby powder.
Listen, bro. Listen, hey, if I said, hey, we about to kill him with this one, bro. Get this though, man. We gonna be on the stage. We're gonna be tearing down some watermelon, bro. Like, listen, man.
look. Rocky filled out the same paperwork today, and he gonna be the same. He gonna be like, "Hey, Rocky, we gonna feature you on this song. You gonna have to eat this watermelon too."
Listen, man. It's one thing you doing it by yourself, and then you say, "Hey, come on out here with me, though, man. And come tell this one." Listen, man. I've had some. Listen, listen. I love me some watermelon. It reminded me. I said, you know what? My mother-in-law had some about 2 weeks ago, man. I was telling you. I said, boy, she went and brought me some watermelon, though, man. And she said she got it from a watermelon farmer off of Panola Road out here, though, man. And it was snapping. I'm talking about the best watermelon I ever had. I said, Marion must have got that watermelon from that same guy because he was killing it with his brother. Now, that dude's watermelon might make me do that in front of everybody. But bro, I said, listen, man, I love me some watermelon, man. But now, and I'm not gonna drag somebody else in there though. But nobody, no quality control. Nobody said, nah, bro, that ain't the one.
Yeah, it said on Marion too. He was trying to say that was Mario's sound guy that was running the sound. So, like almost like he was trying to sabotage him.
Sabotage.
Speaking of which, a DJ from out here, DJ Wayne in this thing, was one of the DJs out there.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I used to work with his moms. Real cool dude. DJ Wayne been doing his thing for a minute, bro, and he's that dude. So it was dope to see him on out there, bro.
Listen. This is the one thing that was pretty cool. So after the verses, of course, everybody's always talking about who's the next verses and everything like that. And Chris Brown, basically, who kind of turned down the idea of doing versus battles before, was like, hey, the only one that would be logical is Usher. But he was like, it would have to be something that's different from how they was doing it. But it sounds like he's very much open to the idea now of doing his verses. And here's the thing. Are we back to song selection?
Yeah, we back to song selection, but I still have Usher, bro.
You got Usher.
I still got Usher. Not even a thought process for me.
I'm gonna be honest. I think so too, man. And here I told you the part that I think is that I guess I just got. I tell you this, song selection aside, if Usher says Slash Brothers, I'm gonna need y'all to pick my songs out for me. I would pick the song, and it doesn't matter the order of the songs.
No. What we would do if we was running his campaign, we would say, listen,
these are the songs.
If he plays this song, you need to play this one.
Yes,
we need to. That's what we need to do. Because here's the problem, right? And just to touch on this real quick and come back. Because like Omarion did Icebox remix, right? Mario came with some song I don't even really know, but because he outsang him, it killed Icebox. There's no way in the world that should have happened.
I think that what he should do is that if Chris Brown plays Run It, let me see you can run it. Let me beat it. You
gotta do yeah.
He got to do yeah right behind, like right.
And you gotta bring Luda
behind.
and Lil Jon out there.
You gotta bring Luda and Lil Jon out there, though, man.
See,
and then,
that's what I'm saying. That's why he needs us on the team. It's got to happen like that.
Listen, he got to bring Luda and Lil Jon out there to do Lovers and Friends. Yeah. I just think that this is the thing. I think that while Chris Brown got some songs, I think that Chris Brown has gone some years now where I don't think that he got number ones. And that's not to say that that's important, right? Because Mario clearly showed that a song doesn't have to be a number one hit in order for a lot of people to rock with it. I just think that Usher has a lot of number one songs that a lot of people rock with. And the biggest thing is that I think that what Usher has on his side is the nostalgia, right? I don't think Chris Brown give you that. So I think that if you're Chris Brown, you would have to take it from a standpoint of let's do a show, right? If I would want to see them doing songs together, right?
The problem is, right, is this ain't gonna be like how Omarion and Mario was, meaning that you ain't gonna be able to say, well, Chris Brown could just outdance Usher. Moves for moves, yes, Chris Brown can dance better than Usher, but the showmanship of having choreography and dancing, you not just gonna whoop Usher like that.
And not just that, both of them are fresh off. Usher's fresh off of his residency. Chris Brown stays on tour. Chris Brown stays ready to dance and everything like that. But I think that would be it. I think that would be so incredible that I just don't think that it'll happen though. But I think that it's just a bunch of talk to get because here's the thing about it though, because I think that if somebody loses, then I think that you officially are if Usher loses, hypothetically, if Usher loses, I think that he's officially handing over the baton or handing over the crown. If Chris Brown loses, right, I think that is a blow to the ego that says that
you ain't the king.
Yeah.
Here, but you know what? I'm gonna be honest. For one, I've been listening more to the Chris Brown album. It's not a classic.
I don't think it is either, bro. It's a great album. It's great.
It's cool. It's good. I wouldn't say great.
Did you listen to the Giveon?
I haven't listened to Giveon. Hold on, and we're gonna talk about that in the BT joint. But okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. My favorite song is "Sleep at Night" on Chris Brown's joint. I'm not finished with the album. That's the thing. I just don't really have the desire to finish it. It sounds like a Chris Brown project, and this is what I mean. Chris Brown's background vocals, his arrangements is top notch.
It's top notch, boy. It is top notch.
But it's almost like Eric Bellinger, right? It's the same thing. Like his arrangements and stuff is top notch. The songs just don't necessarily connect like that. Like they're good songs. You can appreciate the artistry in it and stuff like that. But I'm talking about songs that you like. I gotta go back and re-listen to that. It just don't have that. This is where I think that this is one of the problems that I think that Chris Brown will have, right, in doing a battle, because I think that he has these great projects, right, and I think at the end of the day, right, I think that Chris Brown songs it doesn't leave you coming back for more, right? For that, it's almost like if you're a Chris Brown fan, yeah, you're a fan of Chris Brown. But I think that what I don't hear, right, is maybe it's this album. Here's a perfect. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna do a comparison. While you doing that, I will say this. I honestly think a more entertaining. I think it would be entertaining to watch those two, but I would be more interested in seeing Usher versus Justin Timberlake. Me personally,
I can see that. So here's what I mean. Okay, when I'm listening to the Chris Brown album, right? What I don't hear on this album, right? I don't hear So Anxious, Genuine. Not a song that I think is as good as So Anxious, right?
I don't hear Let It Burn.
I don't hear Let It Burn, but I'm just gonna say, not even just to compare to Usher. I'm talking about just genuine. I don't hear, wait a minute, don't you hear me, baby? It's gonna be all right. We don't have to fight. Hey, yeah, yeah. I don't hear that on it. I may hear some songs like that, but I don't hear it ain't none of your friends' business, ain't none of your friends' business. But those are songs when I heard them, I had to go back to those several times before I moved through the playlist.
So anxious.
Listen, I don't hear those on there, and that's even the Final Warning and these songs. I'm looking at the track list though, man, and them songs is long though, man. God dog, I didn't realize Final Warning is like 7 minutes and 24 seconds though, boy. Goodness gracious, say even none of your
Because
friends'
Chris
business.
Brown, he can get away with it.
Oh my God, no, I'm talking about these is the genuines, but I guess that's my point though. I'm saying that I don't hear a golly, this is my favorite song of the entire year on none of the Chris Brown songs.
I still haven't made it through the 245 45
I haven't either. I haven't listened to it.
Bro, but we got to move on to the BET Awards, man. Did you watch it?
I did watch most of it. And listen, this is one thing I want to say this. Let me slide this in there real quick. Dog, it reminded me that I absolutely love me some Brandy. They just kept flashing to her in the crowd though. Love me some Brandy though, bro. And I think that it just reminded me of just seeing Brandy. Like, golly, I'm a big Brandy fan.
Still looks the same too.
Still looks the exact same. And one of the things that I was kind of surprised about though is that on the BET her award, right, for best female artist, Mary J. Blige won, and Mary J. was up there looking like Monet Tejada, still out there looking hot. But I think that the thing that was interesting me, people that were in that award for that category, Chloe Bailey, Doja Cat, right, Jasmine Sullivan, Alicia Keys, Summer Walker, Ari Lennox. And I didn't think Mary J was going to win it. I haven't even listened to the Mary J album, and she won it. But
I haven't either. But the song that she won for, her and Lucky Day,
and her wrote the song.
Yeah. Here's the crazy thing. So I've always said this, and I've gotten flack every time I've said it. I think Mary J is an incredible artist. I think she definitely helped our culture, whatever like that. But she can't perform live, bro.
I'm not gonna.
What I'm saying is this, right? So Mary J was on the tribute to Diddy. She did not sound very good.
No, she didn't sound very good on that.
But Mariah Carey did.
Oh, I was very surprised. So that was gonna be where I was gonna segue to, because Lotto won Best New Artist, and then she performed with Mariah. And listen, Mariah was hitting the high notes, and I was like, "Wait a minute, is that a background track?" And I was just like, "No, that's Mariah going hard."
Jodeci sounded good.
Yeah, surprised me that JoJo. I mean, that KC sounded like KC.
Notes, bro.
Yes, I was. Listen, and I'm gonna be honest. Maybe it was Jodeci, so I was like, oh, no, so I'm gonna give him a look, but he sounded good though, bro. I've heard them sound really bad before, so when they sounded good, I was just like, yo.
I was so disappointed with Diddy not really rapping, bro.
I'm not that bad. I'm not that mad. And listen,
he's an entertainer. He did what he was supposed to do.
And listen, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 though, man. I was very happy to see Diddy get his flowers. Oh man, I've always been a big Diddy fan. Like, I used to be a bigger Diddy fan than I was a Biggie fan for a good little stretch until Ready to Die. Until Life After Death. I think I was probably a bigger Diddy fan than I was. Musically, I wanted to be the Diddy, not the Biggie.
Okay, let me ask you this. I've always
been a big Diddy fan.
I've been wanting to ask you this about the BET Awards. And hey, but peek behind the curtain, we haven't talked about this beforehand.
Okay.
How do you feel that the person who made the most impact on the BET Awards was a white dude.
The person who made the most impact on the BET
Awards was Jack Harlow.
I didn't think so.
How you didn't?
I listen. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know. I know
who had a bigger moment.
I noticed that. I don't. Well, hold on. What was Jack Harlow's moment?
For one, he came to the red carpet with the Lil Nas X shirt, right? Lil Nas X and BET is beefing, so it was like, okay. So then, during his performance, he brings out Wayne, and he brings out Brandy, which him and Brandy had like beef.
Listen, I wasn't that.
What I'm saying is, as a wrestling fan, when I watched the BET Awards, that was the biggest pop of the night. There was other things that happened that was dope, like Mariah Carey and all of that. But him bringing out Wayne was a pop, and then when he brought Brandy out, it was a pop.
Here's the thing about it. I was more surprised about the Brandy thing, not the Wayne thing. And listen, this is my. I'm gonna be. This is. I realized here. I realized at the BET Awards that. I realized that I'm giving Jack Harlow a hard time, bro.
You are because you and I talked about.
I'm giving him a hard time
before the BET Awards.
We talked about, and I was like, "What is he doing? What is he doing? Even nominated?" I still feel that way.
I know, but the fact that he was listening to he listened.
I get. He did everything right.
Right. That's what I'm saying, and he had to.
I listen, and this is the bad part about it. The bad part about it is right. So here's the part of the reason why. Part of the reason why I think I give Jack Harlow the giving him a hard time is because I think that I think that very much like how I feel like Eminem, the white rapper, being the hot white rapper, I think Eminem earned it, right? Earned it. And I feel sort of like Jack Harlow is basically being slid in, like we embraced him so easily and without him having to work for it, though, man. I feel like he's like, don't get me wrong. This is the bad part about it, too, because I told you, if I listen to you 3 times and I don't think you're whack 3 times, it's probably because I like you. And I've heard him on 3 different occasions. Let's say the album was out. I haven't listened to the album. But when I listened the first time, I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool song for him, right? And then when I heard his other song that the first big songs, I was like, okay, it's pretty straight. So it's not that he's whack. It's just I feel like he has been embraced from day one. And I don't know. I think that for some reason it seems weird. And I don't want to say it's shade to him, but it is shade to him. But I just don't. I think that we open armed him, and maybe he is part of this new culture that's doesn't see the color, and it should be beautiful. But for some reason, though, man, I give him a hard time, and I actually like him though.
And you're gonna hate him even more because they doing the reboot of White Man Can't Jump. He's playing
What are we? So that's my point. I'm like, bro. So we just gonna let. So this be my thing. I'm like, bro. Okay. So I've seen him play basketball, and I'm listen. I'm that's what I do. So I'm watching. I'm thinking he can't even hoop like that, but we accept that he does. Now we got him in White Man Can't Jump, one of my favorite movies, and I know that he down. It's just little stuff like that. Like he is very much accepted in the culture, in Black culture. It's funny because I actually do feel like Jack Harlow. I feel like Jack Harlow is probably the white friend that all Black people who have a white friend. Jack Harlow seems like that. He's like Chad to me, right? Where he doesn't try to be Black. He's very in tune to Black culture. So it's like I like him, but I still want him to earn his way into everybody's good graces.
He was on the Drake album, man. He was on the
Chris Brown album. Though he's and I don't want to say like a hater of him, but if it comes across like I'm a hater, I can understand it. But I like him, but I do give him a hard time for no reason other than that, though, man.
Okay, so you brought up Giveon, man, and he had his debut performance on BET, and something went funky with his mic, and according to him, he said that BET sabotaged his performance. Now, right before the performance, they had teleprompter issues, and the band was unmuted for some reason.
Yeah.
This be my thing. And before I'm gonna let you comment on Giveon. This be my thing about when we be talking about making sure the culture is our stuff is on par with like the Oscars and the Grammys and stuff like that. But then we have these type of issues.
I felt terrible.
Right. This is so we can't have a hood show or ghetto show and then think the awards are going to be as prestigious as these other shows when they don't have those issues. The production has to be top notch if we want to be compared to these other.
It's the most important. It's the most, to me, this is my thing. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. If you are a black artist, I think the BET Awards should be the most important award to you.
Just like old girl was up there crying when she lost her earring. You just brought her up. Lotto.
Yes.
The way Lotto reacted should be everybody's reaction.
It should be everybody's reaction. To me, it's the most important award because it's an award that in theory should be by us, from us, and for us, right? And so to me, I used to have a problem when people didn't show up for the BET Awards, but they would show up for the Grammy Awards, right? Like, no, this should be the biggest event. But because I also feel like that, there's no room for these kind of things. So I did. So when Giveon immediately came on, he had the little in-ear issue, right? Where he couldn't hear his stuff though. And then he had a mic issue, and then they brought him another mic, and then he
had to swap it back out because that mic wasn't connected to his earpiece.
Right.
Yeah. And it had some type of auto tune on it too.
Yeah. So I thought that it looked like they gave him the mic that Roddy Ricch had before that had the auto tune on the mic, and I'm just like, yo, I hated that for him. But I'm gonna be honest, I absolutely love Lotto's response because you think though, man, she won Best New Artist, right? And she had Benny the Butcher that was also in that category, Tim's in there who won Best International Act, and also the boy Young Blue who I thought was gonna win it. And so to me, I think that when you say, all right, Best New Artist, you know what I'm saying? Then to me, that to me is saying that the culture, right, as a business accepts your artistry, and it's a big so I was genuinely happy to see that she was like, it wasn't like she wasn't very blasé about it. It was a big deal though, man. And but I think the BET Awards should be the most important one as an artist, that it should be the one that you should strive to win.
100%.
Yeah. But other things, we can wrap up these real quick. So we talk about best group. I didn't think that there was going to be a possibility that Silk Sonic would be in that category for best group and anyone else would win it. So that made sense that they won. Video of the year, Family Ties with Baby Kim. I thought that was dope. Smoking Out the Window won best video as well. And then of course, album of the year, Silk Sonic won that one. Over Tyler, over her, over Jasmine Sullivan, who I thought would have won.
Jasmine got her flowers though.
Jasmine got her flowers, absolutely. Best female hip hop artist. Megan won that one. And here's the thing I thought that was interesting though. While Doja Cat was there, listen, I think the Doja Cat might win. And with the same exact people in this category, I think Doja Cat wins it at the Grammys. But I'm actually kind of glad that she didn't win Best Female Hip Hop Artist, because I told you before, people still kind of struggle with where she kind of fits in. Like, is she really a rapper?
She's a hybrid.
She's a hybrid, but I like that. I like that the people that were all in this category for the most part. I don't listen to Sweetie's music like that, but all the others are rappers, right? They ain't singers. They try to spit, and I like that though, man. So,
yeah. What'd you think of Lil' Kim, bro?
Oh my gosh, though, man. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. It hurts my heart to see Lil' Kim, bro. It hurts my heart so badly because there are people who will never understand the Lil' Kim that everybody had the picture or the poster of when she was squatting down. It's like nobody's gonna remember. Nobody knows that Lil Kim, and I'm not even talking about. And she does the little because everybody expects her to do it, which it looks crazy in itself. But bro, I feel terrible every time I see Lil Kim. I just think, bro, like who the hell isn't loving you enough to tell you that you are more than adequate with the way you used to look? Like that was the look. It hurts my heart every time, to be honest with you, man. Every time I see it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And then she was coming in on the wrong part. Like I was just
oh yeah, bro. Like
it just felt like you said, it was hurtful.
It hurt my heart though, bro. But I did see you said like Jasmine Sullivan won best female pop artist, and the only pop one in there was your girl Doja Cat. But you know what though? What I did think that was interesting though, man, is that all of the people aside from J. Cole, all of the artists who were in the categories for best hip hop artists, their albums were fairly recently. Like their albums aren't longer than 2 months old. And I don't know. I guess for some reason, I would have thought that you would have had somebody who would have had some music like Kanye. The Donda album has been out for a little while longer than everybody else's. I just thought that it would have marinated more and thought that would have been the reason for that one to win, though.
Yeah, but didn't it come out last year though, and not this year?
Right, but that's my thing about it. It's within the calendar year though of when they would do it. I guess I'm just saying, like, if you say, "Oh, okay, this is hip hop, this is rapper of the year," and his album just came out last year, and you're basing it off of that body of work from not last year. But you say, "I'm going to give you hip hop artist of the year based off of what you just put out last month." It's just like, come on, bro.
Nah, hey, what have you done for me lately?
Listen, I'm mad because. So, you know, I see Jack Harlow on here. I'm mad that they don't got my boy Toby. Toby and Giveaway should be nominated for best hip hop artist, bro, because he dope. That's the kind of stuff that makes me mad, bro. But I'm all right. Like I said, I give him a hard time, though.
Yeah. Well, cool, brother.
Ooh, last thing before we talk about the BET Awards, I thought that one thing was real dope was that Kirk Franklin won, like as what you would expect, for gospel inspiration artists, and he won the song with Lil Baby for We Will, and he came out there with his new crew, and he was like, hey, one of the things that I wanted to do was to be able to pass flowers to somebody, a younger generation, and put the younger generation on. And I thought that it was interesting that he was basically saying in black churches, basically, you know what I'm saying, the churches die when the pastor died because he don't pass the game on or groom somebody else and everything like that. I thought that was a real dope speech, and I thought that it was dope for him to really put on for the young people that he actually is grooming to be the next ones up, though, man. I thought that was super fire, though, bro.
That's Maverick City, bro. They actually gonna be here in Oklahoma City. Kirk Franklin and Maverick City. They real dope, bro. They've been writing a bunch of dope songs, bro.
Yeah,
Elevation. And shoot,
Ty Trippy got a dope song out right now, man. I gotta send it to you. It's fire too, though, bro.
Yeah. But one of the dudes from Maverick City, Chandler, he actually did some stuff out here with Life Church. He did some stuff, I think, for the Christmas album. Yeah.
But I thought that it was real dope that he was giving them the props, so man, and give them that platform, but also using his platform, using his time to shine to put on for his. I thought that's fire, though, bro. That was real dope.
Yeah, man.
What you got going on for the rest of the week, man?
Bro, I'm trying to be in the lab. I got some stuff I'm trying to get done, and trying to finalize this. Like I said, supposed to be in the state fair, so I'm just trying to get my final confirmation. Everything looks like it's a go. So, but other than that, yeah, that's about it, bro.
Man, you know what's funny? I am trying to today go to the gym. And I'm trying to take Landon in there to work out with Landon for the first time, though, man. So I think that I'm going to be curious to see how this goes here, man. I went last night, and it was packed up in there, though, man. And it was all young folks up in there. I'm talking about it was like people that seemed like they average age of the gym was like 20 years old. And they used to be there when I would go at nighttime, that it'd be like all the older folks, all the people who worked the night shift who just got off would come in there. But, man, it was packed in there. So I'm hoping to go ahead and slide out and work out with my boy for the first time and see what's cracking though, man. And I still got to send you these drums that I keep getting held up on sending though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But listen, let's get that music on though, man. We got things to do, homeboy.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter what your name
The
is.
Flash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Flash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you dig
of
it,
all time.
sucker?
Chad.